location. So with that being said, I've been with the company for a good 2.5 years. So my journey is actually still continuing, all right? So what I did before Empower was that I actually worked at a sneaker store called JD Sports in Far Rockaway, Queens, New York, right? So pretty much like I was working from 9 to 9, literally making $50 a day. So I was getting paid off the books, $50 a day. Think about it, I would still have to travel home and then use that $50 every single day. So it's like I wasn't like really provided with any value. I was working so hard. I was learning a lot of things, but I didn't see the value of me, being it. So that's why I technically went on Indeed, Craigslist to find other opportunities to make more money because I knew my talent could be elsewhere, So that's what I did, and I actually, found Empower back in 2018, and I've been here since and things like that, right? So some of the challenges that I first faced once I actually came into this business was, being sociable. I was very shy, wasn't able to really really be able to do a prime time or even workshops because I was so shy. Like that was my first challenge, just like public speaking in front of a group of people to really teach people on how to get the job done or just whatever they needed to learn from me. So that was the first thing, all right? So of course being shy, over time though I overcame that, and you see where I'm at right now. I'm up in front of a big room right here with heavy hitters, really talking to you guys and being transparent, all right? So now the next piece is that that's when I first started, so that's for right now, right? So what it took for me to get to where I'm at right now is just, it's commitment, sacrifice, perseverance. So what that means is that sometimes when you're on the field and you on the field up until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and it's very slow and it's you didn't get nothing, sometimes your heart will tell you to probably just keep pushing, just go the extra mile to actually really push yourself to the best of your ability, because nobody knows yourself, only only you know yourself. So at the end of the day, you gotta really take a step foot and look at it at a bird's eye view and make sure that that there's more out of everything, pour into yourself a bit more, So that's one thing. So the second thing is also determination. So that correlates with what I just said. If you're on the field and not having the best of days that you need it to be, sometimes you have to be determined and push yourself to get to the next level and to actually don't take a shortcut to just get the job done easy, faster, which is not going to be in benefit of you, right? So that's one thing for me of where I'm at currently right now. So right now, to compare to back then, right? Before, when I first started, I wasn't really confident in talking to individuals and things like that. But now I'm able to just in due time of me growing within this opportunity, it actually made me a stronger leader, a stronger manager, better know how to assess and execute certain things that has to get done at that time and fashion. So I actually grew and I grew and developed just knowing how to really reach into everybody, and also to just making sure that people have the same opportunity that I did once I first started, It's hot out here. Oh, I got thermals on. And this mask is getting me crazy right now.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Let them use it.
Alright, so as of right there, just the comparison, just know when you first started, the way that you first came in, and I'm going to be the way that you are when you are rocking the boat, and then also just going up to the top, right? There's development within everybody, and if you're actually lacking in something, just feel free to just make sure that you guys are actually action prepared, what work for you to make yourself persevere through that hurdle and that obstacle. Because I was once there, but then closed mouth don't get fed. I was actually picking everybody's brain, and things like that to get to where I'm at right now. And of course the growth is not just going to stop here, it's straight to the top from here, right? So my goal as of right now though, currently right now I'm a team leader out of the Bronx location, like I said. My goal is not really be at my team. I'm 2 years, I'm thinking about where I'm